Hey guys, my name is Smith and welcome back, of course, to another Mario Kart Tour video. Mario Kart Tour has gotten many updates for a while that have completely revamped the game, with some of them adding in new items. And that's what drove me into making this video. I will be, once again, counting down the top 5 best items in Mario Kart Tour, judging on how much of an advantage they give you during a race, whether it be recovering from the bottom spots to the top spots, or just getting points in general. Now, before we begin, I'd like to point out that I've already made a list counting down the top 5 best items back in May of 2021, which was quite a while ago. If you want to rewatch that video before you watch this one, please take the given information with a grain of salt. This is an updated list on the best items in Mario Kart Tour, after several large updates and more gained experience by myself. I thought this list could use a fresh new coat, so with that out of the way, let's begin. Number 5. Bowser's Shell. At the very start of the list, we have the Bowser Shell, which just so happened to be ranked number 2 on my previous list. This massive shell, unlike any other item in the game, will be dragged from the front of your car instead of the back. The reason why this is placed at number 5 on the list is because it's one of those items that strictly has its upsides and downsides. You're able to hit drivers in front of you while still dragging the shell, however, you're only allowed to throw it forwards. But even then, that's not much of an issue. It's more likely to spawn when you're in 3rd or 4th at the minimum, and its size makes it practically impossible for you to miss someone. Overall, even though it was downgraded from my last list, I think the Bowser Shell is still a valuable item that'll be holding the number 5 spot on this list. Number 4. Lucky 7. Another downgrade from my last list, but still a valuable item. When you get this item, 7 normal items will surround you and you'll be able to tap the screen once to use them all at the same time. I should specify that I'm talking about non-special items when I say normal items, because a driver cannot have any of the following items as their special. That's right. You're able to use all of these items at the same time when you tap the screen once. This helps for both offense and defense, and especially to catch up and take the lead. I should also mention that if you eventually get a Lucky 7 driver to skill level 4, the item will be upgraded to a Lucky 7 Plus for that driver. This makes it so Lucky 7, in addition to all the other items, has 3 coins surrounding you instead of 1, and slightly increases your chances of you getting a Lucky 7 Frenzy. In the end, the Lucky 7 is really powerful, and buying a driver that has this item for ranked will definitely be worth it. Number 3. Giant Banana. This was an honorable mention back in my last list, and now I'm convinced this item really deserves a top spot. When you're playing with a Giant Banana driver, much like a bomb I'm about to explode, it's really difficult to avoid. You might think that that's the only case, practically just one big obstacle surely about to hit someone, right? Wrong! When someone runs into the Giant Banana, it splits into 3 regular sized bananas, which grants the opportunity for even more points. However, I must warn you that if you run into a Giant Banana for yourself, it'll be the only time you'll ever be sad over a banana split. Look, I made that joke in my last list, okay? I had to bring it back. Another reason this was ranked as an honorable mention is because only one high-end driver had this item, which was Sunshine Mario. And it was something I actually brought up when it was mentioned. But now, newer drivers have been released with this item as of late, some of them being Chef Rosalina, White Tanuki Mario, Pink Ninja Shy Guy, and a couple of Mii racing suits that have been added recently. And even drivers with a super rarity, like Yellow Pit Crew Toad. So, with all this in mind, I think that Giant Banana has gotten its fair share of attention since last year, and will be holding the number 3 spot on this list. Number 2. Boomerang Flower. Now this is an item that actually was not featured on my last list, so here I am about to talk about it. When you have this item, you can tap the screen once to make a boomerang spin around you several times. Not only will it hit drivers around you, but you'll also be able to collect any coins in the vicinity of the item's range. If you're still unfamiliar with Mario Kart Tour, please know that the coins in this game are saviors for our combos, so picking up any coin around you with this item will be perfect for any situation. Like mentioned about the Lucky 7, getting a driver with the Boomerang Flower to skill level 4 will not only improve your chances of getting a Boomerang Frenzy, but will also add an additional boomerang, and both will revolve around you, providing coverage and defense. Overall, the Boomerang Flower really was an item that I overlooked since last time, and now that I see how it works and what it does, I think it very well deserves the number 2 spot on this list. Before we get into number 1, I have a few honorable mentions that I would like to point out. First up, the Heart. This item will continuously spin around your cart for a set amount of time, blocking any attacks coming your way. You can stack up to 5 hearts at once, but upon taking damage, one of them will disappear. The reason this didn't quite make it to the list was because the only time you get points from this item is when you first activate it. But on the plus side, however, it's more on the protective side, so we can't really hate it too much, right? The hammer. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You're able to throw multiple hammers in an arc aimed at carts in front of you. One thing I have to say about this item is that it's pretty flexible, meaning that it's not just restricted to hammer bros or builder drivers. Some other drivers have this item, some of which we never expected. But there could honestly be some more drivers with this item. Because of how much it lacks presence in the game, there are just a few better alternatives. So once again, the hammer is a good item, but it's not enough to make it on the list. And of course, how could I forget? The savior of all combos. Like, come on, do I need to say anything else? Number 1, Coin Box. Before anyone asks, yes, this was placed at number 1 on my previous list, and it still deserves to be there. When you get this item, you're able to tap the screen once to make a motherload of coins come out. You know that short celebration that you have when you get a frenzy? Well, you'll pretty much get that same feeling when you get a coin box, because yes, coins are combo saviors, but you're also increasing your scores like mad without too much effort. Once again, getting a coin box driver to skill level 4 will improve the item and add red coins to the many that are coming out. For those who aren't already aware, red coins are worth 2 instead of 1. Also, fun fact, there are exactly 21 drivers in the game with the coin box being their special item, which is a lot. So, long story short, if you have under 5 coin box drivers in your inventory, work to get yourself some more, because I, much like many other people, think that the coin box is the best item in all of Mario Kart Tour. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Please keep in mind that this list is pretty subjective, but even then, I think most people can agree that these items are all pretty good. But with that being said, do you agree with my picks? Do you think another item deserves the number 1 spot? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.